Good morning, everybody. So this video is going to be pretty challenging. I've got a lot going on in the house. I got all my kids doing different things, and so there's going to be some interruption. I'm just giving you that warning right now. But I wanted to pop on here and give you guys a quick video about some details on what we do know and what we don't know. Okay, so let me write myself a note here real quick and give you guys an update on what you guys did, okay? What the followers, the subscribers of this channel have done. This is really, really kind of beautiful. But I have spoke with the woman that told me all about this sweet little horse that contacted me and asked us to help her. She too has been on the front line of this entire ordeal, doing her absolute best and everything she can. Aw, thank you, Theo. Thanks, sweetie. My son just brought me water. He's so sweet. But basically, sorry, that was probably really close up. This woman's name is Pat, and I am thankful for her. I'm thankful for her kindness, her love for animals, and what she's doing. She has a lot on her plate right now too, but she felt God's calling in her heart to do something about the situation, so she did what she could. And I'm so thankful for it. And it came at a time when we could help. There are times that we aren't able to do certain things, and I hate that, but we always try. Anyway, so I spoke with Pat, and she has a beautiful name picked out for this horse. And we are going to call her Amira. And she did explain to me what the meaning of Amira is, and I don't recall what it is. So I'm going to look it up really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I got back. So Amira has a meaning of grace, beauty, and nobility in Arabic. So that was why Pat chose that, and I think it's perfect. So we have all agreed that Amira is going to be our new girl's name. So there's a few questions here I want to answer for you guys. The first question that I got quite a bit of is, how old is she? Well, she is said to be 4. She did come with registration papers. There's some discrepancies on those papers. We're not really that worried about it. But if there's been a mix-up or something on accident, we're hoping to resolve that. If this is truly her papers, if these are her papers, it says that she will turn 5 years old in October. So I will put my eyes on her teeth to determine if I think that a 4 or 5 year old is an accurate age for her, for turning 5, I should say. And then let's see, her breed, she is half Arabian, half Pinto. So supposedly she could also be registered in the Pinto Association. Again, we're not following through with that at this time. It doesn't really mean a whole lot. What is the main priority is her health. So there's that. Where are we located? And I don't give out my address and things like that freely, so I'm not going to say that here on YouTube. But we are located, our rescue is located in mid-Missouri. So if you guys come across situations that are within a couple of hours of our location, we do our best to help. We can't travel really far. We have a heavy load here at our own farm at the rescue, and we have 6 children that we care for and take care of, and we have full time. So we homeschool and all that good stuff. But anyway, so I have some limitations there, but I have a lot of network too. So if there's an area, you see something, a horse or animal in need in an area, you can reach out to me. And if I'm able, or I have a contact, then I will filter that around and help everybody. Okay, so one of the big things that keeps getting popped up or come up is, why do we pay money for a horse like her? And this situation is really pulling on my heartstrings, because here's what happened. These people bought this horse themselves, probably not for much, maybe bare minimum money, or I don't know the circumstance. I don't ask all these questions. When you see a horse in need like this, asking all the questions doesn't change anything. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand. When I first started this, I wanted to know. I wanted all these details. How the horse got there, why they were like that, on and on and on. The bottom line is, in the end, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you move forward from where you're at. And with this sweet girl, Amira, she was purchased by this owner, and I really, really don't feel they were mean to her. I don't feel like they were trying to make her this way. I do think that there's some mental health issues there, and there's some maybe mental disabilities. So they just didn't have the capability to care for this horse the way she needed to be cared for. They told me what they did do, so there was ability to try. And you don't really know the truth, right? We all know that people can lie straight to our face. But in my heart, I really feel like these people, this family, they were trying. And what they know just wasn't what she needed. So there was a lack of education there, and a lack of finances. The ability to care for the horses that they have. There's some backyard breeding going on, and that makes me sad because as an ethical breeder, that's what gets tough. That's what gets really tough. You don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean to people, but I want to say, you shouldn't be breeding. You don't really know what you're doing. And this is why the horse market is so flooded with horses that are not trained properly, they're not taken care of properly, and there's all this going on. Were these people a horse trader? I do not think so. Do they dabble in horses and sell a few? I do think that is the case. But again, it's kind of like a backyard breeding situation, which I'm not condoning. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's what I'm gathering. I did not go to their home. I asked to meet them in a town that was about an hour and a half away from them, a little bit closer to me. We still drove 2.5 hours down super curvy, crazy roads. But I didn't want to go to their home. I'll be honest, guys, because I don't have room for any more here. And if I went, I would have probably tried to get more. Now, with that being said, we are in good standing with this family, and I hope that in the future, if God calls us to help them anymore or buy another horse or whatever, that we are able to do that. Right now, I'm not focused on any of that. I'm just focused on Amira and our home and our farm and our family. She will get everything that I can possibly give to her. I've mentioned this in the previous video. We've already got an appointment set up for the vet, all of these things. So, she's not showing any signs of illness at this time. She's eating and doing fine. She did walk away from her feed. It's not grain. We don't do grain here. Most of you know that already. We are forage-based only. So it is a pellet. It's a pelleted food. It's fortified with all kinds of vitamins and minerals, but it is not an actual grain. So there isn't any kind of grain in it. It's alfalfa, timothy, beet pulp, flax, and then fortified with vitamins and minerals. So anyway, that's off subject. Why did we pay money for her? This family needed money. There's no doubt in my mind. They needed money. I'm not going to go into detail about the circumstances and what I did see, but I'm going to tell you right now that the $500 that we paid for her and the $50 I gave them in gas to meet me, they needed it. I really believe this with all my heart, that that money was for their family to survive on. And some of you may not like that. Some of you may be upset that we're feeding into this industry, but The industry's here. The market's here. What's happening is here. There's nothing we can really change about it. Not caring for these horses and paying these prices, which $500 is nothing nowadays. If this horse, let me back up a minute. If they would have chosen to take this horse to a local auction, which they're not that far from, they could have taken her to a local auction and ran her through that auction. She would have been bought up by a horse trader. The horse trader would have then taken her to the next auction and then tried to sell her, flip her, and sell her to a rescue that is sitting at an auction. I've been there. I've done that. I know all about it. And we get bidded up to $1,000 or $1,200. I've seen them go as high as $1,500, $1,700 for horses like a Mira, because rescues, we go with our hearts to try to help, and that's what happens. So this was really a great scenario. Being able to get her for that price, being able to make the transaction easy and smooth. She didn't run through an auction. She didn't get exposed to all kinds of illness and sickness that are at auctions, grounds and house facilities. So, I just have to say that this scenario needs a lot of grace. These people like them, we just have to show grace and mercy, and that's the best we can do. It's happening all over the place. It happens with cats and dogs and exotic animals. Oh my goodness, I can't hardly stand to see that one happening. But we can only do what we can do. And I just ask you guys to not feel any hatred towards the people necessarily, but to just not like or hate the system, I guess. And we just got to keep plugging along and do what we can to help this situation. And I want you to know that I know I've been there. I've bought from kill pens, I've bought from auctions, I've bought from personal farms, and now, this situation is a personal farm as well. This was similar to like an owner surrender. They knew they couldn't meet her needs. They told me they couldn't meet her needs. They said they were trying, but they didn't know what to do. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But at this point, I'm going to go with it. And I hope you guys can too, and just continue to support us here at 8E Rescue Ranch, because we need it. There's no way Todd and I can afford this. There's no way we can do this. That's why we started it as a non-for-profit. The money we make off of our profit horses, we roll it over into our rescue all the time. So anyway, I'm off subject, but I saw that there were some horses in the background of some of the pictures and the videos that we had, and I asked them a couple questions about the horses that they had. She says that the other horses they only have 2 other horses that are hard keepers, meaning they're underweight, and they had a total of 14 horses. So I asked her if they had enough money to pay for feed and things, and she said that they did. Normally they had ran out of the special feed that they were giving to Amira. So that's that. But they do have other horses. They do not have a lot of land. All of the greenery that you see in the back, those are potato fields. So they kind of have this farm. They have their place, not a farm, but they have their place set up in the middle of a potato farm. And so she did mention yesterday that she had 2 fields or pastures that they switched the horses off on. Amira was on a separate one from the other horses because the other horses were mean to her. However, up to recently, she was running with the whole herd, and the herd was beating up on her, and she was exposed to a stallion. So when we go see our vet, Dr. Berger, we will have her preg checked and go from there. What else? Talked about the family, and I've talked about horse traders. I think that was most of the questions that everybody had for us. It's sad, it's hard to see, and I'm sorry that it's happening in our world, but it's happening with all different types of species of animals. I mean, I think about the poaching that happens in all the other countries in Africa. There's just so much of it, guys. And I ask you to pray for those people. If you're a praying person, if you're a believer in God and Jesus Christ, please do that for me, because there'll be a day that this will no longer be. And I'm thankful that I know and I feel that in my heart. But with Amira, we're just going to give her a new start. She just gets to have a new start. And I'm thankful beyond words for everyone that has pitched in. Now, talking about money, which we didn't go over yet. As of this morning, when I checked about 2 hours ago, we have received $2,359 in donations. This is the total after PayPal takes out all of its fees, which aggravates the soup out of me, but there's no way around it. If we use PayPal, we have to pay their fees. So again, that total in donation, monetary donation, is $2,359. Then in addition to this, we were gifted $1,000 credit to our vet clinic. So we got a call yesterday. Some of you know, I already put that in a video. And they said that this particular donor donated $1,000 to our account to use on our rescue account, because we keep them separate there. We will use this on our rescue account only. We will use it for Amira, and it's $1,000. So the total is $3,359 that you guys have all pulled together and put together in a matter of, what, 36 hours, 40 hours? I mean, this is amazing. Now, some things I want to keep in mind is that I suspect my vet bill will be, for Amira, will be close to $400, maybe $500, depending on what else she needs. Then to feed her, to start her on a refeeding program safely, it's going to cost about $450 a month. Then you've got farrier care. Then you've got dewormings. I'm going to have to deworm her every 14 days. So like, we'll deworm her today. We'll wait 14 days and deworm her again. I'll wait 21 days and deworm her again. So that's 3 dewormings. Altogether though, it's going to be about $525 a month for her care. So once it's all said and done, we take out the purchase price, the gas money, the vet bill. We only have about 3 months worth of her rehab left over in the funds that we've raised. So that's a good start. It's amazing. But we got to realize that this mare is a 6-month to, depending on what's wrong with her leg, maybe a 10-month rehab. We'll just see what she does. She's young. She could bounce back super fast. And that would be a wonderful gift from God. The older ones take longer. The younger ones take less time. It's just the way it is. So just keep that all in mind, that by the time we deduct all these things from the get-go, we have, we're going to have about a little less than $1,500 left over. And then you divide that by her monthly expenses, and it's about $500 to refeed a horse when they're this poor. Give or take. And so that's 3 months. That's just 3 months worth. Just letting you guys know. I'm going to continue to ask for sponsorships on her. So if there's anybody that wants to sponsor her long term, you can let me know. If there's anybody that wants to donate particularly for a specific service, that's great too. But I've got enough money right now to get it all going. That's what I'm saying. So 3 months from now, we might need to try this again. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to give everybody a total, complete, clear understanding of what has happened. I got to get to work. I've got a lot to do. I got to homeschool today. I got to pay bills today, and I got to help my husband. And then I got to go pick up other vet supplies that we're low on. So that's that. We love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being a part of our rescue, for being a part of this entire journey. And it came unexpectedly, but it was definitely something my heart needed and our family needed. When I showed my children her, Enoch said, he's our oldest, he's 8, he said, "Mom, God wanted us to save this horse." And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that that's their mind and their heart and how they're growing up. And they all met me last night. I didn't get home until after 10. They all met me in the pouring down rain outside in their rubber boots and their jackets to meet this baby, to meet this sweet girl. And it's awesome. Okay, this is enough of me, guys. I'll give you videos and pictures of her very, very soon. But today I've got some catching up to do on some other things. So, okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.